Yo, let me tell you a story. I recommend that you buy plugins, and I will tell you the reason right now. I too started using pirated plugins. My plugins, like I had a huge list of cracked plugins, but you know what? Everything that I used was cracked. Even the software that I used was cracked. I used a cracked version of Steinberg Cubase 5.1. But I had a Waves all bundle V9 that was also cracked. But it only took like one day for all of that to change. Because I had a song that I was mixing, and I was mixing the song. It sounded great. It sounded great. I was mixing that song for about 2 days, and then one day I clicked on the project and it wouldn't open. And I remember the exact plugin that I added last. It was a Waves plugin from the cracked Waves All bundle, and the project just refused to open. From that day, I just took music seriously. I made a decision right there. I was like, you know what? I need to start taking my music seriously. And from that point right there, I decided, you know what? I'm gonna take this seriously. I'm gonna use only the original software. And you know how easy it is to accumulate software once you actually start buying. Like, it's actually a great savings. And what it does for yourself is that you actually learn to use the tools and not just keep accumulating plugins that will just fill up your hard drive and that you will never need, and then you will never use them, you know. Other than viruses being like the main cause of not to use cracked plugins, it's also robbing yourself as a producer, as a mixer, and as an artist, and the companies that you are ripping off basically. So what I did, one of the first few bundles that I bought, it was on sale on waves.com. It was the musicians bundle, and it had one of the best compressors ever, the Waves RVox. I'm still using it to this day. I have the musicians bundle. It's got the Waves RVox. It's got the Waves REQ, and these are very very good plugins for the price. I got them. It was like at the time converted. It was on sale, and that it was like 150 rand. It was a Black Friday sale. Ended up being like 150 rand or something like that. And then my next big purchase was the Waves Gold bundle. That was also on sale, and I got it for 1,200 rand converted to South African rands. So that is a lot of plugins to get. The Waves Gold bundle, I recommend it to any artist that's beginning to make music. Like, the Waves Gold bundle is the best bundle. I recommend it. I've got it and I use it every day. It's got the Waves VEQs and the V compressor. I mean, they give such nice tone and dynamics. And for me, I'm not a professional by any way. I'm also just learning my craft. I'm just a guy, I'm learning from other people. And immediately, once you start learning how to use these plugins and you go to a professional space, like working in radio or working on with other artists making music, you start to realize what different plugins add, what different EQs, what sort of flavor, what tone they add to your music. And that's an important thing to learn when you're mixing. And when you're using cracked software, those are things that you don't really pay attention to. You don't really care. All you're thinking about when you're using cracked software, you want to just mix. You throw on a plugin, like this plugin sounds good, sounds better than the other one I was using, so you just throw it on and use it. You don't really have that, that sense of mixing. You are robbing yourself. Like, once you start limiting your resources and start learning more about how to compress, how to EQ, what frequencies to take out, what frequencies to boost, you learn a lot more about your room, you learn a lot more about your sound and what you are actually aiming for as a mixer. These are all important things. So for me, I recommend that you start buying. And when you start buying plugins, as I said, it's so easy to accumulate more. I also buy Plugin Alliance plugins, and also there you get discounts once you start buying plugins, and then you can like accumulate more and more for cheap. I bought like a whole chunk of my Plugin Alliance bundles for like $4 because they had like these 1 day only sales where they were $29, and then I have a $25 voucher, and that's like $4. That's like what, like at the time it's like 40-50 rand converted, so I mean, just buy plugins. I mean, it's the greatest thing you can do for yourself as an artist. I buy a DAW, find one DAW that you can use and focus on that and really learn how to use it. And yeah, that is my advice for a lot of artists. And there's a lot of people here in South Africa that I know of. They're using crack software, they are not learning how to properly use that software. You're just moving along to whatever sounds good at the time, because you're not paying money for it, you're not even paying attention. And for me, that looks like someone who doesn't take their craft seriously. Start taking your craft seriously. Invest in yourself, invest in your music, buy your plugins, buy your software, buy your gear. Make sure that everything that you do is original, it's yours, and you don't have to worry about viruses, you don't have to worry about losing your projects. And yeah, the stability is also another thing about buying plugins, man. Don't forget about the stability. You can go to the forums and email the company, because imagine, would you really send a complaint that your cracked software is not working to the company that makes it? You wouldn't. So think about that. Buy your plugins. Thank you.